So an exciting day today. 240 horsepower right up to 400 horsepower. It's a whopper, isn't it? You don't have to get out with this cultivator. That saves you an hour. Don't tell no one. We don't generally like big packers like this. Yesterday I went trundled off to Ben Burgess and came back with this. Good Friday morning, Fenlanders. How are we doing? I'm Daniel. Welcome to Fenland Farming Adventures. So an exciting day today. Just got the loader with the muck grab on, and yesterday I went trundled off to Ben Burgess and came back with this. Ta-da! KUHN Performer 4000. So we're going to go and take it out in the field and see if we can get it shined up. It looks like a beast. It looks like the best of everything. Proper packer on the back there. You can adjust them leveling discs down on the back. 3 rows of tines, 2 rows of discs. Well, 3 rows of discs if you count these ones at the back here. So yeah, looks fairly maintenance free on the discs anyway. Yeah, no greases and stuff on them, which is awesome. There must be a grease on there. There's no greases on them bearings either. No? Got grease in them. Well, how on earth do you must have to grease them up, surely. Nope. Sealed bearings. They must last forever then. Unless I'm being weird, I'm missing the grease nipple somewhere. Okay. Gonna take some getting used to, guys. Gonna take some getting used to completely. I have just got to adjust my link arms a little bit, then we should be all good to go. So I'll get that done and then we'll crack on. First stone ever found in the fen. And I managed to jam my disc up with it. Don't get a hammer stuck, don't get a hammer stuck. Not a bit of wood.
What is that doing here?
I don't know. They have a foreign object. Yeah, everyone thinks I'm you now on Facebook.
Oh, that's fine. How do you feel?
Feminine.
You've turned back time.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I haven't managed to get banned yet, so that's good.
Well, that's good. So it's not even 24 hours.
No.
I'd congratulate you, but
yeah.
I don't think that's worth congratulating yet.
Norman, Dad's mate Norman texted me the other day and said, "Oh, you got banned for 3 days." He said, "Oh, I got banned for like 7 days." He said, "We need badges. We need badges." Now I don't really know what I'm doing with it.
All right, you've got Joe coming out later, haven't you?
No, not Good Friday.
Oh, I thought you said you were coming out today.
Joe's too busy drinking champagne and caviar. I saw him yesterday in the canteen with feet on his desk. Shouting orders to people on the phone, with some carver in his glass. Rolex on each arm.
Anyway.
Tough being a salesman, isn't it? Hey, Fenlanders.
Hold on. You can see. No, you can see me.
What do you mean you can see you?
The shadow? You can see my shadow.
Alright, turn this way then, but not on the sun. Is that better? Sun glistening on my good side. Okay, happy?
Yeah, go.
Hey Fenlanders, welcome to Fenland Farming Adventures and welcome to the KUHN Performer 4000. We have got this KUHN Performer 4000 all-in-one cultivator. Basically got 2 rows of discs, then 3 rows of tines, and then another row of leveling discs, and then a big old packer on the back. It is kind of a bit of everything. You can either have it as a deep cultivation cultivator with a leg in the ground, or you can have it as just shallow cultivation with the discs in the ground at the front. So a little bit of everything really. It's a whopper, isn't it? It's taken some pulling. It's taken all of my 215 horsepower to lug it across the field. So ideally you'd probably want this on like a 7R size tractor, I would say. Get some speed out of it, you know, but we're against everything really. This has been subsoiled and it's been terradisced a couple of times as well. So we are sort of struggling for grip. Well, we had an inch of rain yesterday as well. Yeah, First impressions, it's big, it's heavy. Now I've just had like 10 minutes faffing around with it, adjusting stuff. We've managed to get it nice and level behind. If you look behind now, where I first started over there, I still got some ridges. I'd got the leveling discs in too deep, and I got the tines in too deep, and now a little bit of fettling around, and we're away. Now, where I started over there, when you walk back over there, you'll see where I first started, and I think I had the leveling discs in the ground too much, and they were puffing some soil out.
Right.
Too much, so you ended up with a ridge.
Can you just do that hand action again?
Yeah, and now I've had 10 minutes playing around with it and getting it somewhere where I think we're okay. It's doing a sterling job. Perfect cultivator for mixing muck and stuff in and burying trash and all sorts of stuff like that.
So over here is not quite so level.
We're about to be attacked. Oh yeah, over here where I first started, not quite so level. We're about to be attacked by the world's biggest dog.
What, my Yorkshire Terrier?
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Oh, look at him.
You can't even get over the little ridges, can you?
No.
Look for me, I got little legs. I mean, as the day goes on, Bailey's going to have to follow me with some muck, because I got the muck spreaders turning up as well today, just to finish that last little bit of muck, so Bailey can carry on doing it until they turn up.
Cool.
We'll carry on fettling in it. And
you can let Dave loose on the new KUHN.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I might do. I might put him in the weight block, tie him up and put him in the weight block, ballast. I'm not that heavy. You ain't that heavy? No, you're not, no. Yeah, so we'll have a play around with it, and then once we're happy with it and got it set up somewhere where we need it, we'll get you back out here and we'll do a proper little chat.
Cool. It couldn't have been that ridgy because the dog's managed to make it over here.
You're gonna have to wash the whole dog now. Though.
Yeah, I am.
Bye bye.
Hey, your boy.
Come on, little Yoda. Hey up, Fanlanders, how are you getting on? What a lovely day. Bailey's out on the KUHN Performer. It is leaving a lovely job. It's doing a proper nice flattening off job. It is getting better all across the field. The more I look at it, the better it's looking. So yeah, the more I keep looking at it, the more I like it. It just keeps him busy. It all needs flattening down. So the more he uses it, the better he's getting with it. So I have got one spreader here today. Yeah, got one spreader on the go. So Kieran's here from David Waters Contracting Limited, I think. Matty, Michael, David, anyway. You know them lot. Here we are. What a beautiful day. Yeah, hopefully we can get all our muck spread now. I mean, it seems to be dragging on. This season seems to be dragging on, and we ain't even really got going on it yet. Kieran's here. We'll get him loaded. Oh, sorry, Kieran. Wake up, Kieran. I don't mean to drop any muck from a great height into the spreaders, but sometimes you do and it rattles that cage big time. You get that look from David Waters. Like I'm annoyed, I'm angry. Yeah, right old bounce. Until you get some muck in the bottom of the spreader, it just proper rattles its cage. Get this done, and then, yeah, at least this potato field will be all ready to go. And then I just got some stuff to do over Hockwold. I got all the slub and stuff that came out of the dike. I got that to sort out. With KUHN Performer will do a lovely job. And then that one's ready to go. And I can pretty much just have all next week putting my planter on and get the basilier on, and I will be well happy. Nice. It'd be nice to have Easter off, but that ain't gonna happen. I might have tomorrow off. A happy Easter, everyone. Put one more on you, Kieran. I think I got more dirt in that one than it is. I must have disturbed a family of field mice. Hello, Mrs. You're going to be food for something else in a minute. Another one down there, look. Hey. They're only tiny little baby tots, they are. I really hate mice and rats when they're in the yard. If you lot don't get under cover soon, you're going to be eaten. I really hate rats and mice when they're in the yard, but they're either going to be food for something else, or they're going to have a nice little life out in the field. But yeah, field mice are supposed to be in the field, aren't they? So I leave them be. I don't try and run around and squash them when they're out in the field. And now me sits and me waits. Bailey's doing a good job. I'll see you in a minute. Yeah, while I'm waiting for Kieran to go and spread his load, so to speak, Bailey's doing a sterling job with the KUHN Performer 4000. The more it dries out, the better he's getting on, and I think the less pulling it's taking. He is struggling a little bit for grip when he gets on this muck, but it's doing a lovely job of burying the muck under. Proper. Look at this, look. you can hardly see where the muck was. I mean, obviously you can see it in lines there. Yeah, it's doing a cracking job. I mean, it's billed as a all-in-one cultivator, which I quite believe. I really do. I know I'm going to probably say this again in a little while, but probably want some more horsepower up front. You know, a 7 Series I would have said would have been a perfect match for that thing. My 6215R is as weighted up as what you'll get. It's carrying the maximum amount of ballast that it can take. It's got 400 kilos in each rear wheel, so there's another ton there. And it's got 200 kilos in each front wheel, so another half ton up front. And then 1200 kilo weight block on the front. She is well weighted up. It's got brand new tyres on it as well, so doing a good job. It really is doing a cracking job. Big fields, I think, is what it needs. Big fields and big horsepower. I mean, he's running quite shallow with it, I think, but it seems to be doing a sterling job, so we'll do a little review in a little while. It's just a big, that's the only thing, just quite big for us, you know. We normally have like mounted cultivators and stuff. We're not used to no trailed cultivation equipment. I mean, the biggest trail thing I've got is a 6 meter verdostat, so, and that's longer than that, I think. Doing a good job. I mean, the tines are in there 6 or 8 inches, and there's a lot of them. And the discs are in there 3 or 4 inches, easy. So yeah, it's doing a sterling job of burying the muck under it. It's doing exactly what it's designed to. Yeah, I mean, it's trundling up and down at 9k, so perfect. Double incorporating, muck incorporating, springtime cultivations and autumn time cultivations, you know. So it's doing a cracking job of both. So no complaints there whatsoever. Bailey's getting used to the sat nav now as well, so which is mega. Aces. And I'm just sitting here waiting for Kieran, so I think I'm going to have enough muck now. I told him to slow down a little bit, or put it on a bit easier, but he can probably up his game a little bit now, I think. Just sitting here watching the world go by, you know. So it's all go here. I'm just trying to teach Bailey. How do you lot all do your shorts? I'm trying to teach Bailey. He's managed to master doing every other one, leaving himself 2 gaps and then spinning himself round and getting a loop in. Thinks he's all fancy now because he's got the big 215R. And I'm stuck in a little old wrinkly 170. We'll see if he gets it right. Not that he's on camera or anything. There we go then, folks. It's a good little day, good little number. We managed to get our sugar beet field, potato field all sorted out, all subsoiled, all been over with the Performer as well. So me and Anna are going to do a little review on that in a minute. Awesome bit of kit. Yeah, mega really. Yeah, it's horses for courses, isn't it? I mean, it's a whopper of a machine, but it does a good job. Like I said earlier, you really want a 7R 350 on it. You think Ben Burgess should send me a 7R 350 with that machine? I think they should. That'd be kind of cool. So Bailey's now going to go and drop the rolls off because we're pretty much done with them. Then he's going to get the subsoiler dropped off because we are finished with that. So a bit of a lull for a couple of days now and just see what overnight temperatures are going to be. Then we'll think about starting planting some sugar beet. But Grumpy Grandad's got the 6190R in bits. He's got all the front end off of that at the minute. The donut that drives the front PTO is all gone. So luckily enough, he caught it before it actually exploded. Apparently they make a mess when they do explode. So yeah, so the donut's gone in the 6190R. So he's getting that stripped down. I'd be lost without him. Don't tell him that, but he stays in the yard fixing stuff. So I'm gonna have my doggy. It's now 1:30 and I am starving, little puppy. Yeah, so Joe gave us the KUHN Performer 4000 yesterday afternoon. He called up and said, oh, I've got this in the yard, do you fancy a little try of this? So here we are. Yeah, isn't it a whopper? For what we're used to, it's ginormous. We're used to kind of 3-point linkage mounted cultivators that don't stick out very far and stuff like that. Alright, it is semi-mounted, but it just basically runs off the arms rather than the 3-point linkage itself. Yeah, it's a beast. So yeah, we thought we'd go and get it from Ben Burgess and give it a try. So here we are.
Talk me through it. What does it do?
Well, basically, it's just like a normal cultivator, really. You got the big old discs at the front here that chop everything up, sort of high-speed discs, so you can run like mad up and down the field with these discs, and they chop through everything, anything and everything. You can adjust the height of these discs up and down from the cab, which is great. Yeah, so you basically got your fold-up setting, lifting your packer up and down, and you've got your discs in and out of the front, which is set on now. You've got your leveling discs at the back there, so it's properly simple. You just switch the control box on or off, switch it on, select which one you want to do. If you want to fold up, just hit that, and then the control, it's all on one spool valve, so couldn't be any simpler really, could it? And then moving on, what did you say there was 28 tines on it?
No, so there's 4 rows of tines,
yeah,
and they're all 28 centimetres apart.
28 centimetres apart, yeah. So you've got these big old gnarly tines on here doing a ground job. They are, make you laugh, they are tungsten tips, but we'll never wear them out. They'll last forever. They do all the mixing and stuff, hand signals. Wee. Wee. Yeah, as you can see, they're proper gnarly and they're proper sturdy as well. I did think when I saw them that they'd be, they were more like spring tines, but they're actually like really chunky. Yeah, so you've got the tines in the middle, and then you've got another row of tines there, and then a sort of like leveling discs at the back here, which level it all out again. So I'm guessing these discs on the back here do all the leveling out and flattening off before the packer then packs it, squishes it down again. So you don't have to get out with this cultivator. You just turn up in the field, unfold it, set your discs, start at the front and work your way back. Set your discs and set your tines, set your leveling discs, and then set your packer at the back. So I started this side and it wasn't quite as level and as nice a job as what I was hoping. So after 20 minutes or so, I was at it at 7 o'clock this morning. In less than ideal conditions, let's say that, after having 15 mil of rain yesterday, got it set up somewhere like where I wanted it. So the great thing about having a tractor with sat nav is I can turn around and concentrate on the machine and get it set just so. A couple of times I buried the discs in too far, and then a couple of times I buried these leveling discs in too far. Yeah, had to back up and rethink what I was doing.
Can we just go back and talk about the maintenance-free bearings? Because I feel like that's a bit of a... Is that a feature that we should talk about?
Yeah, maintenance-free bearings. Great, yeah, great idea. I did actually, don't tell no one. I actually went around this morning, like, looking for the grease nipples on the bearings. These big bearings on the back here have got no grease nipples on them. I was looking everywhere for them. Like, most of the time, they put a nipple on the top of the bearing, save it getting, like, collared by anything underneath, stones and stuff. But yeah, no, there's nothing to grease under there, so...
How much time would that be like saving you if you're not greasing it up?
Well, there's still a few grease nipples on there. Like, for instance, on the hydraulic, so there's a few grease nipples. There's grease nipples on the pivots and stuff. A few grease nipples on them. Like my Terradisc has got a grease nipple on every single one of these. And they always get filled up with mud, so you have to spend 10 minutes cleaning them out to start with. Then you've got bearings on the back there that need grease as well. So you imagine all of these discs, and like the Verdostat as well, all them discs along the front there, none of them have got grease nipples on. That'd save you an hour, maybe, every day you want to grease the thing up. Yeah, no, it's mega. If you don't have to grease the discs, you just come out here and, I mean, there's probably 20 grease nipples on the thing still. But you don't have to do the bearings, and all these You think how long each one of these takes you? A couple of minutes each one. Soon adds up, doesn't it?
Just going back to the roller on the back. Do you know what high tamping capacity?
High tamping capacity.
What
Yeah,
does
I
that
guess
mean?
they call it a high tamping capacity roller, and I agree with that. It's put it down real hard behind it. Mega. It's got a real big V and we don't generally like big packers like this because they bung up. The soil balls up in front of them because our land's so easy working. But these have got a real deep V in there to let the soil through, so it does a lovely job.
So even this morning, when it was probably less than ideal conditions, it still didn't bung up.
No, it still didn't bung up. No, and what the biggest problem time we'd have trouble is when it was really dry. If you go over a stubble field in the middle of summer when it was really dry, and then went over it again, then you'd be pushing your luck to get a little bow wave going in front of this packer. But since it's got such a big gap in there, it's doing a great job. Yes, it's too wet this morning, so opposite ends of the scale.
Did you just get a bit excited?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
So what would this machine be used for?
I mean, it's a single pass cultivator. You can go as deep or as shallow as you want with it. So it will do spring cultivations and it'll do autumn cultivations. So it's really properly versatile for every occasion. Like today we've just been incorporating muck, and it's done a cracking job. You can't even see where the muck used to be. And with my terra disc and stuff, you can see the muck and stuff still laying on the surface. So this has buried everything we wanted to bury. So yeah, it would do everything all year round, I think. No problems at all. You could go into a stubble field and get your land prepped and ready for drilling. You could go straight in after you've grown the crop and flatten your field down, ready for another crop then, aren't you? So multi-purpose tool, yeah, it really is a single one cultivator does everything with the adaptability of it, moving the legs in and out and the leveling and the discs and everything. If you don't need the discs in, you don't have to run with the discs in, lift them up out the way. So put a tine in the ground, break up some compaction, and off you go drilling the next day.
Does it do surface stubble cultivation and soil loosening?
Yeah.
Does it do shallow work?
Yeah.
Does it do high capacity mixing with just the tines only?
Yeah.
And does it do high speed stubble cultivation with the discs only?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is that Simon?
No, it's a fan.
Oh. What are your first impressions of it?
First impressions were, if I was to buy one, I would have a 3 metre one.
Why?
I mean, I know I've been working on subsoil ground, so it was soft and it was wet. Bailey, who's been driving it, has said it's been getting better and better. Less horsepower to pull it as he's been getting across the field, and the sun's been drying it out. Yeah, no, it'll be a toss-up between a 4 metre and a 3 metre. Obviously, it says in the brochure that 4 metre can go from 240 horsepower right up to 400 horsepower, which was what my first impressions were. You need a 7R series tractor for a 4 metre cultivator. But Bailey's been doing 9k only because I started at 9k where it was slippery. And he could have been quite easily doing 10k over the other side of the field, which is what the brochure recommends anyway. So built well. Yeah, well, I'm going to come out here and have another play with it tomorrow afternoon, I think, and then just try lifting the discs out and then lifting the tines out a bit and see what the different combinations are. Obviously, I just got it set up nicely just for Bailey to come in and flatten the field off and mix the muck around, and it's done all that. So everything I've asked of it so far, it's done a good job. If you wanted to put this on heavy soil, you would need another 100 horsepower on it easy, I would have said. My 300 horsepower 215 there would probably pull it at 5 or 6k on heavy land. Maybe it would pull it with the discs in and not the tines, you know. You could do half a job with less horsepower, you know, but if you really want to get into your land and bust it up, break up the compaction and stuff on heavy ground, then you would need more horsepower, yeah.
Have you had KUHN before, machine?
Yeah, I've had KUHN
before,
yeah. I had a 5-furrow plough for 17 years and it only had 2 sets of points on it. It's good stuff. It ploughed well, it's all built well. And like we were saying about the maintenance-free bearings, and what more can you ask for, really? Folds up nice and neat. You go down the road and stuff. It's actually not as big as it looks when it's folded up and you can get down the road. It's ideally aimed at less passes over the field, getting all your weed seeds and stuff incorporated back into the soil with a single pass after harvest or before drilling in springtime. Go through once and then drill, you know. So they don't want us to plough too much anymore, so we're trying to get away from that. And I mean, I don't know whether how much carbon they would release with these tines, but the thing is with these tines is you're opening the soil up and then you're firming it, consolidating it back again with a big packer on the back. So this is kind of the way things are going for farmers, I think. If you want to do some cultivation, then this is the kitty for you. If you want to do cultivations, then that's it. Put the plough away and leave it in the shed and get yourself one of these and cover more ground a lot quicker and not have to worry about doing a second pass, you know.
Is it user friendly?
Yeah, it's user friendly. Yeah, there's a control box in the cab that you just click a dial. If you want to lift the discs up, you just put it on the disc and you alter them to where you want them. Packer, tines and leveling discs all controlled from the cab, so yeah, user friendly. Yeah, I managed to get it here yesterday and get it unfolded and off we went. So
any cons, anything that you would put you off of going, yeah, I'll buy one of these? Anything that you can critique?
Like I said at the start, we're more used to mounted stuff, more compact. I think this would work really nice on 100-acre field. I mean, this is a 35-acre field and it's worked fine on here. Just the length of it, that's not really a con. You get used to it and you don't really have to alter your managing the headlands and stuff to accommodate for the length of it. It just takes some getting used to. I haven't found anything yet. The only thing, if I went through my blacker soils with this in the middle of summertime and dried them right out and buried all the trash under and then tried to go through again, I think I might struggle with the packer, maybe, I don't know, but it has got them. I've never used one on the black soil with the real deep dish inside the packer there. So the only thing, obviously, you wouldn't buy one of these if you was a small livestock farmer with 100 acres. You're looking predominantly at someone with a 300 plus horsepower tractor with maybe 2,000 or 3,000 acres to cover. And then I would say the 3 metre would be around under 1,000 acre sort of sized farm. I think a 3 metre on our tractor would be a perfect match, and then a big 4 metre like this, you'd be talking to people with a lot of land. Has anybody else used a KUHN Performer 4000? I don't know what sizes they go up to after this. Maybe like a 6 metre, I would imagine, and a 3 metre. So yeah, if you've used one, let us know what you think. How do you like it? Is there anything that future buyers might need to know? Like I say, user friendly, simple, straightforward, straight into work. 10 minutes of just checking out the control box and trying to work out what the lever's done, and we were away. And Bailey, who's 15 and only spent a month or two with us, he's managed to do 35 acres with it in 3 hours. So its productivity is pretty good, isn't it? So.
Yeah.